Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about TIA, otherwise called Celestia. This is a crypto that I did a video on in my last video. I'll link that above. But this is a altcoin that I am very certain about at the moment. And it's been a couple days since my previous video, but since then this crypto has done very well. And so it definitely has really entered the buy zone for me because it's showing a lot of strength at the moment. And crypto is a very volatile market. It can tell you one thing one day and another thing the next. And so at the moment we are in a lot of volatility, just purely what's happening around the world. Obviously, you don't need me to say what's happening, but there is a lot of volume coming into the market, and this is just one example of that. And so when there's big volume, whether it be green, whether it be red, means there's a lot of activity happening here, and you should be taking note of it. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to take some notes on TIA, look at some stop losses, some profit targets, overall the strength of this crypto. Like I said, this is an altcoin that I am very confident and very bullish on. Now, it has come down quite a bit from the high of $21, and so that was the high there at February 9th. And so we've had a pretty nice 43% correction from where it was, almost 65% down to $7.34. And this is what can happen with altcoins. So if you're watching this video, it's really good that you're watching, because hopefully you're taking note that do not get married to your altcoins. Never get married to them. These are very volatile assets that can really go against you very quickly. So make your money and do what you can with it. That's actually something that's a little bit more tangible that you can enjoy, but you can make some pretty good, very quick returns in crypto. And this is an example of that. And so if you paid attention to my last video, I really took note of mainly this candle right here, this one here on the 13th of April. So just a couple of days ago. And so this is a alt that got a lot of support, guys. This is a lot of units of it. So if I put my indicator on, and we can actually have a look at the volume oscillator here, okay? You can see here that basically the average amount of TIA to be traded in a day is around 4 million units on the Binance exchange. And we had 17 million almost, 16.5 million units being traded. So that's telling you there was a lot of volatility happening here, big time support. And of course, you never come back to even test it at around that $8.80 mark, showing that there's strength. And we're also just going above our 50% at the moment. Hence why I say this is entering the buy zone at $11.41. And so you can see some short-term resistance, some short-term profit taking, but at the moment it's just blowing everything out of the water. And really what I love about this crypto is that your stop loss, or at least a stop loss that I wouldn't want it to see, is around $7.20, which is a 40% correction, which is quite a bit depending on your balance that you're willing to lose. Or even you could say $9-ish, you wouldn't want to break it, so $8.94 or so. But your profit targets are actually very good. So anywhere between where it is now, profit target number one, there's 25% right there at around $14.80. Next area $17.50, that's 50%. Next area $19.40, and of course the top there at $21.10. So this is a crypto that has a lot of upside to it, and the bleeding looks to have stopped, which I really like to see at the moment. We're not going to really talk about this going over $21 at the moment, because I think it's going to take a little while to get there. Do I think it'll get there at the moment? It certainly looks like it will, but still have a strategy in place, because as I mentioned earlier in the video, we're in very volatile times at the moment, and we're just one attack away from just complete collapse in the crypto market, and in terms of just a huge sell-off. And so we don't know when that day will come, or the other side to it, we could get no news, and no news is good news, and the market continues, and this was a really good buying the dip opportunity. And so we're very news sensitive at the moment, hence it is a bit tough to trade at the moment. But TIA is looking really good. If we have a look at TIA against its Bitcoin value, of course Bitcoin's been doing very well, and you can see one hell of a nosedive. And this is why, as boring as it can seem, Bitcoin and ETH are still your best bets, especially Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's just kind of had its run, and it looks like we're going to look away now for some alts. But you can see this is a huge collapse against this BTC value. But finally, we're getting some really good support here coming into the market, a lot of volume here, and it looks like we're going to start to make some headway on the upside. But this is short term, right? I'm not going to be sitting here saying, oh, it's going to outperform Bitcoin for the next 12 months. It's very unlikely, but for the next few weeks, potentially. And if we have a look at TIA against ETH, ETH's been actually doing fairly weak recently. It's still waiting to really have its day, but you can see it's actually faring much better against ETH at the moment, grinding across its ETH value. And so you're getting a much more sustained value out of it against its ETH value than you are with its BTC value. And that's going to be it for this short video on TIA. In short, I love this crypto. I think it's showing a lot of strength at the moment. Relatively pretty good entry point. Could have been a slightly better, but this is a very good, strong crypto showing a lot of strength. strengthen the market. And so I'm going to cover a few other cryptos in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe for that. I think that a lot of cryptos are getting support at the moment. So happy days, and we'll just have to see how things play out. But be vigilant during these times because, like I said, we're one attack away or one news headline away from another huge sell-off. So you want to be investing into good, high-quality cryptos that will not be going against you too much should the bad times come, and also giving yourself a buffer for when the good times come, you can still reap those rewards. And so it's challenging, but that's what I aim to do on this channel. So again, I'll cover some more good, high-quality cryptos for you. But until then, everyone, I'll catch you on the next altcoin review.